think that one of the things to remember here, too, is not to overreact to polls right after these moments that we just had with the conventions, because the reality is most people still haven't really fully checked in yet. We've always seen traditionally that happens after Labor Day, that everyone's expected to get a little bit of bump from their respective sides after a convention, after 4 nights of exposure like what we've seen over the last 2 weeks. But the reality is in this country is that every single person here is still grappling with things like the coronavirus and the economy. People are still worried about sending their kids to school. They're still worried about whether they can get a job, keep their job, and make a living wage to pay their bills. And I think that when you look at what the Lincoln Project's been doing, it's a constant reminder for those white voters, those disaffected Republicans, people who aren't sure about Trump, independent, suburban white people, that there is a horrible track record here from Donald Trump. Donald Trump is no longer a theory. It's not well, maybe we'll vote for this guy because who knows what will happen. He can't be any worse than what we've had before. That was the attitude of so many people who voted for him over Hillary Clinton in 2016. Well, that mystery's gone. We know what a Donald Trump presidency looks like. We know what kind of carnage that wreaks on the American people. We know what 170,000 plus lives lost looks like now, and how every single person in this country is somehow touched by that massive loss of life, and yet there's still no plan forward. It's not getting any better. From the convention that we just saw from Donald Trump, you wouldn't even know that coronavirus was still a pandemic ravaging communities every day. They act like that it's done, that it's mission accomplished, and that they've solved it. But that's just so detached from the working reality that people are facing every day. And that's why in all these polls, it's still Joe Biden who has higher trust barometers. It's still Joe Biden that people trust to deal with the coronavirus more. And frankly, Donald Trump's own approval rating, we just saw in a new poll released today by ABC News, his approval rating still can't get above 35% no matter what he does. So I think that tells us, as we've talked about, the convention wasn't about expanding the tent. It wasn't about growing their vote. It wasn't about getting more black people to vote for them. It was about trying to assuage the guilt of white people to make it somewhat palatable and okay to vote for a vote racist. And I just don't think that's going to work.
Well, we will see. I've often said that, Kurt, you're one of the smartest analysts on television, and obviously one of the most curious is that beautiful book you have sitting behind you, my friend. So thank you. Appreciate that. I want to turn to you,
This is
Aaron.
why I'm your friend and not a nemesis like Jason Johnson.
Exactly. I'll drag Jason later on Twitter, so we'll get to that. Thank you. Yeah.